Et donc nous enchaînons les entretiens sur notre plateau à l'occasion du e-Health 2024 avec moi en ce moment sur notre plateau un expert médical dont la santé numérique, Dr Jordi Serrano Pons. Bienvenue, welcome Jordi.
Merci.
How are you doing?
Très bien. I'm very happy to be here in this second edition of the
We're
Forum.
happy about your presence as well. It's the second day of the eHealth 2024. What are your highlights of the event so far?
Thank you very much. This is a huge opportunity, and I think Morocco is leading that opportunity very well. To be sometimes not in the core front in the initial years of the digital health, it was called initially eHealth and health. It's good because it's a good opportunity to see how others have done well, bad, etc. And now Morocco has a huge opportunity with the coincidence of the rising up of the AI. Now it's a huge opportunity to do things properly. No? So in that sense, we have seen until now experts around the world talking about different experiences from Europe, from America, from Asia, from Africa themselves, some speakers from Africa. And right now, the opportunities that Morocco is facing are extraordinary. And I think that some of the main elements that have been discussed is the lack of data. We have a big lack of data.
Around the world?
No, the lack of data of Morocco data.
Okay, about Morocco.
The patients need to, the data of the patients need to be collected, no, from a Moroccan perspective, because it's useless to use data from Europe, from America.
That's true.
To implement local projects. And this is one of the highlights that has been appointed in the first day. And this is a huge opportunity because technology changes every 6 months.
So fast.
And if you have an important framework of what you need to do, what are the necessities, and you start collecting your own data, the sky is the limit.
The sky is indeed the limit. As a digital expert in the health field, what is the state today of the health digitalization around the world? And are there any dysfunctions that you would like to talk about and mention?
The dream of the lovers of digital health for the last 15 years has always been to empower patients and to make them the owners or their clinical data, their data health. That has been happening quickly in COVID and after COVID, because if we look at some stats, in some places only 2-3% of population had access to the personal health record, and after COVID and during COVID that increased up until 40%, 50% of people could have access to their clinical records, no? To the personal data, because it was necessary for vaccinations, the QR, traveling, it was necessary. But if we have all our data, banking data, in our phone, most people in the world still do not have their health data in their phones. This is not the case. No? So
that's the goal, that's what we want to achieve?
Yes, this is something we should try to achieve. So with that, we could play the new games of the algorithm era, AI, because you would have your data, and you could use your own data to test, to screen with algorithms in the cloud, for example, and so on and so forth. So we have advanced all around the world, but there's still a lot of empowerment from the patients and just the awareness and the capacity to understand that this is a right of the patients and that they have to be proactive to use that right and to use the data. No? This is very important. And then if that is the case, the resources would come to implement the digital health strategies. To just finalize, it's not that the digital, before some softwares, now AI, and later we'll see, it's not that has to digitalize the current systems. We have an opportunity with that technology shift to change our systems. And this is the way to go, from my point of view. It's not just you had a paper before and now you have a PDF. No. How, with the new technology, can change the flow to make it a proper flow, no? For each necessity. It's not the same. Somebody in the mountains of the reef, somebody in Casablanca. So I think every country must understand and look at the errors of other countries in the last 10 years.
And learn from them.
And learn from them.
Learn from them. Third and last question, Dr. Pons. You took part of the eHealth Forum. You've certainly met several Moroccan digital operators. What is your reading of the digital health state currently in Morocco?
As we commented in the first question, no, the opportunity for Morocco is quite big. Morocco, in general terms, do not have proper electronic health record or well implemented or the latest update electronic health record implemented in the country. And there are many voices wondering themselves what would be the best system. No? And of course, there are vendors around the world trying to sell those systems to governments. And these vendors have done for themselves quite well in some countries, and it's good, and it's innovation must be led by a partnership between private and public, but private is very important. That's important. But to choose the right vendor or to choose the right partnership between the government and the vendors, what is very important from my point of view and from many experts is to have the standards in mind in a clear way. What is important is to know that you need a FHIR system, which is an interoperability system working, that you have an OpenAI system working, and that you have the right ISO. ISO is a standard operational procedure working for your standard data framework. That is the base. And from there, then you can choose, do we do it in Morocco ourselves? Because we have enough engineers and
yes.
we do it ourselves. But
or do we call for
with these standards
experts from...
Or we do it with external vendors.
Yes.
From my point of view, the best is to have a partnership where some vendors can propose some electronic health records, very advanced ones.
But also work with local.
But working with local and living on top of that structure and ontology. There are some of them like OpenEHR that would make you more and more independent at long term. So I think that vision has been on the talks. People wondering themselves, openly talking. I think you are in a very good position, and it's good when you don't have heritage, a legacy. You can start from scratch. This is very good. If you had to set up now a phone in a home, you would not put a fixed phone. You would give
yes.
mobile phones.
Yes.
So it's the same. Not having to put a fixed thing, it's very incredible. So take the opportunity, do it as well as possible, and if you have enough data from Moroccan people, you can be the lead and the example to many other countries in the world.
Countries, and especially in Africa, since we're the leader in the continent. Thank you so much, Dr. Pons, for this interesting reading and these very interesting recommendations. Thank you for your presence.
Thank you very much.